Hello everyone and welcome to another broadcast of LMC Varsity Sports here on LMC-TV alongside Charlie McGraw. I am Rob Moretti. We're back at Memorial Field. Big game today. It is the Section 1 Class A Boys Lacrosse Semifinal between the Mamaroneck Tigers, who come in 11-6 to the 3 seed. They're facing the visiting Lakeland Panas Rebels, who are the number 7 seed. They're 8-10. Charlie, really an interesting story with Lakeland Panas. They kind of didn't have their best regular season. They got hot at the right time. It kind of reminds you of another team we've seen in recent years.
Yeah, and that team is Mamaroneck's lacrosse team last year, who won the section championship, Rob. And Mamaroneck won that based on all juniors who are now seniors, and Lakeland has all juniors. They only have one senior on the team, all juniors. They won 6-5 in overtime, upset Arlington, the 2 seed, and they're a hot team and dangerous. And nobody wants to play them, and Mamaroneck knows this story, as they were basically Lakeland Panas last season, and now they have to face them here. It's very coincidental, Rob.
And the one thing that Mamaroneck does have going for them, Reed Malice came back from an injury in the game 3 days ago, the quarterfinal, led the Tigers with 3 goals. So look for the Tigers to go to him and spread the ball around a lot. Opening face-off is coming up next on LMC Varsity Sports. Just about ready for opening face-off. It's the 8-10 Lakeland Panas Rebels and the 11-6 Mamaroneck Tigers. And Charlie, experience could be a big factor in this one.
Definitely. The Rebels have 24 juniors and Mamaroneck has 15 seniors. And most of Mamaroneck's seniors they rely on heavily. Mamaroneck is the 3 seed, Lakeland the 7. Should be a good game, and Mamaroneck can use their playoff run last year to their advantage as their experience, as all these guys were on the team last year that won the sectional title.
Tigers win the face-off. That was the story of the first game 3 days ago against Mayapack. They won almost all the face-offs, and Dylan Pales-Friedman wins another. Now Conley races in, shoots wide. This one will go out of bounds. Tigers will keep it.
Nice move by Peter Conley on that shot, but the shot was way wide, but closest to it was Ben Morden, so Mamaroneck will keep it, and we'll see Reed Malice, who had a great game, who had the only hat trick from Mamaroneck in the 10-goal win over Mayapack, brings it out as he passes to Martin, who has it now.
Malice also picked up an assist on Saturday afternoon.
His first game all season, too, as he was coming back from an injury that kept him out for the entire regular season.
Such a big part, even last year as a freshman, filling in for when Conley was injured. That's how he got all that experience. Did he step out? Looks like he did. The Rebels will have their first possession of the game. We're 59 seconds in. It's defenseman Jack Powers who has the ball. He'll pass to the goalie Michael Zingaro. Zingaro seen as one of the keys to victory for the Rebels. They'll need a good game out of him. Rebels work it up the field. They're able to get it into the offensive zone. It's Mark Shaliro who passes it behind the net.
As the Rebels upset number 2 seed Arlington 7-6 in overtime in the quarterfinals to get to this game. If Arlington had won, Mamaroneck would have had an away game because since Arlington was the 2 and Mamaroneck's the 3.
Instead, we are here, as it's Matthew Martin for the Rebels. Guarded by Nick Charla. They'll go back up top, reset the offense. Kevin Prunty back to his brother Brian Prunty, who scored the game winner in overtime in the quarterfinals against Arlington. Murphy with a shot. He scores. 1-0 Rebels. Sean Murphy strikes first in the semifinal.
There was a bouncer on the goal by Murphy. Looked like Brill got a piece of it, but Thomas Brill couldn't keep it 100% out of the goal, and it sneaked on by after it trickled on Brill's stick, and it's 1-0 on the goal by Sean Murphy, the junior for Lakeland Panas, and the Rebels take an early 1-0 lead, and the underdog has the first goal here.
Face-off goes still on the ground. It's picked up by Mamaroneck. Dylan Pales-Friedman and the Tigers so good at the face-offs in sectionals. Pales-Friedman, clean defense. A hit there from Conley. That's clean as well. Some stick checking going on. Looks like everything's clean. No whistle, no flag. In the corner, they're fighting for it. And finally, it goes out. And Tigers will have it.
Yeah, Mamaroneck is 2 for 2 so far in the face-offs. They haven't scored yet, but that's a key for them to win this game. And good play by Peter Conley after it was stolen by Lakeland as he was able to get it right back. And now they have the ball here. Great opportunity to tie it at 1.
Reed Malice spinning around the goal. They'll go back behind. Game getting physical early on that last sequence. That could be a storyline today. Justin Sange with it on the near side. Just under 9 minutes to play in the first. Sange guarded by Jack Powers. They'll pass it off to Conley. Conley to Scott Greenberg. Greenberg looking to attack. Instead he fakes a pass. Greenberg still with it. Might have a lane, doesn't shoot it. Didn't quite get the lane he thought he would. Charlie Harris, the sophomore. Now Conley. Conley with a spin.
Mamaroneck really taking a long time on this possession.
Conley towards the net. Shoots it wide.
He had a wide open net to Peter Conley. He drew out Zingaro. Zingaro was out of the net. Conley had a wide open one and he missed it wide. And a huge miss there. And good job by Zingaro to cut down the angle. But Conley had the wide open net and could have converted.
Malice shoots high, backed up by Conley. Tigers on the attack, just not finding the back of the net yet. Conley looking to change that. Pass is deflected, ball is on the ground. Looks like Justin Sange might be able to pick it up. Instead, it's the Rebels. James Flaherty to Brian Prunty, who shoots and scores.
So Prunty, back where he finished the game against Arlington, he gets another goal as he scored the winner against Arlington to make it 7-6 in overtime. Nice assist there by Flaherty. Nice pass from James Flaherty to Brian Prunty. Mamaroneck's in an early 2-0 hole, and the underdogs are looking good so far, Rob.
This is exactly what the Tigers did last season, coming in a complete road schedule. Lakeland did have a home game in the first round. And the face-off goes to Lakeland on the infraction. Matthew Martin with it now. 7:15 to go first quarter. Still early. But an early 2-0 lead for the Rebels. Martin still with it. Passes it to Mark Shaliro.
Lakeland is 2 for 2 on their shots. Murphy's shot and Prunty's shot on target. So no saves for Brill. They've converted both shots they've taken.
A tough pill to swallow after the shutout in the quarterfinal against Mayapack. I don't think anyone saw that coming.
He had 17 saves in that game too. To 10-0 shutout in Lacrosse is very rare.
The lone senior, Ryan Bonafati, looking for an angle, gets inside, shoots and scores! 3 goals from 3 different Rebels, and no surprise, Coach Jeff Barnard wants a timeout. 6:23 to play, first quarter, it's 3-0 Lakeland Panas. Back for the face-off, the upstart Lakeland Panas Rebels a 3-0 lead. Another face-off win by Mamaroneck, though, and if they can continue to do that, they should be able to get back into this one. Justin Senge has the ball. Tigers looking to respond. They've had a few good looks, but haven't been able to get a single shot past Michael Zingaro yet.
That's what they need to do on this possession. They need to get shots on target right here. And if they're able to get a couple on target, they'll be able to find the net and maybe cut this deficit to 2.
Conley spins, shoots, and scores!
Right on cue, Peter Conley with the great goal and the answers. He bounces it home, and Lakeland didn't even see that one coming. Great shot by Conley, and it's 3-1.
I think Conley's trying to, even if he just scores that one goal, he's now gotten the attention of the Lakeland Panas defense. And if he can draw some double teams, you can open some other guys up. So very important for the Tigers to get that first goal, especially off the stick of Conley. And another face-off win by Dylan Pales-Friedman.
Only one he lost was an infraction, so he's 4 for 4 if you disinclude the infraction on the face-off. So he's dominating it as Pales-Friedman, and he'll need to continue to do that if Mamaroneck's going to come back.
Greenberg was racing in and had it deflected. Malice chasing, tries to keep it in bounds, but it does go out, and it's a Lakeland ball.
Because of the pass from Greenberg to Malice, that's why it is Lakeland ball here, as he passed it over the head of Malice, and just a careless pass from that close in.
And that pass goes out of bounds, and it's a Tigers ball. Joe Ciccolone couldn't handle it. Took a high bounce off the turf.
Zingaro passed it. It was either Zingaro or Powers, and speaking of careless passes, that was a very careless one right there. So back-to-back turnovers by both teams in the last 5 seconds, and Mamaroneck back to where they started after before turning it over 10 seconds ago.
Looking to draw themselves one closer. Malice on the ground. It's not sure if it was deflected or if he just shot it wide. Either way, it's a shot out of bounds, and the Tigers will keep it.
I think Zingaro got a piece for the save. So that'll be his first of the day.
Conley on the restart. Out in front, shot is stopped up by the defense, and the Rebels take over.
Great save by Zingaro there.
That's Flaherty who picked up the assist on one of the goals. Spin move by Flaherty. The junior midfielder for the Lakeland Panas Rebels.
He assisted on the second goal, the one by Brian Prunty.
Prunty had a touch there. Now it's Ryan Bonafati who passes it off.
And Bonafati had the third goal for Lakeland.
Maeto hit the ground, kept the ball. Maeto to Matthew Martin. Just over 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. First quarter that has been dominated by the Lakeland shooters. Sean Murphy from the point. Murphy can't get around McCarthy. He instead passes it. Pass goes inside, but gets knocked away by the defense, and it will go out of bounds. It will stay a Lakeland ball.
They'll call it a shot, as he was attempting a shot, but it was because of the defense.
That's
a generous call,
yeah, that is a
nonetheless.
generous
You
call.
could have called that a pass either way, but
maybe they had it on the deflection by Mamaroneck, not sure. Either way, it's Lakeland's ball. Prunty to Sean Murphy, back to Prunty. That's Kevin Prunty who had a touch. There are 2 of them on this team, one a junior, one a freshman.
Brian's the junior, Kevin's a freshman.
Playing some catch. Pass and a push, shot is deflected. Matthew Martin tried to bring it home. It's picked up by the defense. That's Alex Lanny, who gets it to Brill in the crease. And a pass up the field to Zach Aller.
Great save by Thomas Brill, his first of the game. That pass was looking for Malice from Aller, but he went to the goalie, Zingaro, for Lakeland.
The Rebels will set another one up. Bonafati, the lone senior on the team. 2:45 to go first quarter. Bonafati guarded closely by Alex Roth. Pass out in front, shot off the post! And the Tigers take over.
Brill got some help from his best friend there, the left post, as that one was huge that it hit the post, as it would have been 4-1.
Conley.
And now Mamaroneck's offense is getting back to work.
Conley loses the ball. Picked up. No, still on the ground. Play still live, and it is going to be picked up by Zingaro. So wasted possession there by Mamaroneck. 2 minutes to play first quarter. Rebels looking for more. Shot is high. High bouncer from midfielder John Brophy. Lakeland will set up for another. Irving Hernandez almost snuck in there, but Prunty ever aware. Pass to the far side. Shot another one off, I think, the side of the goal. Ball is loose out in front. And it looks like, yeah, Max Ellis comes up with it, but he trips himself. Ball pops out, and the Rebels get it back. Good play by Thomas Maeto, but now knocked away again by Ellis, and Maeto picks it up again. Another stop. Loose ball. Tigers with some rough defense. Sean Murphy looking for a shot. Pass, shot, scored! Matthew Martin makes it 4-1 Rebels.
So after that wild possession, Matthew Martin finally able to end it by end the possession by scoring, assisted by Sean Murphy. Murphy might as well give him the MVP of the first quarter, a goal and an assist. He scored the first goal of the game, and now he assists on a beautiful pass to Martin, who just flung it low and beat Brill to make it 4-1. But Brill had 2 or 3 big saves before that goal, so definitely nothing he could do on that one, though.
Face off in midfield, won by Mamaroneck. 1 minute to go, it's 4-1. And 4 goals from Lakeland Panas by 4 different goal scorers. So they were spreading the ball around. Tigers just the one off the stick of Conley, who has it now. Good defense there, knocked away. Conley tries to box out, and he does, comes away with it. And Conley, spin move, pass goes wide. Big hit on the play as it goes out of bounds. Reed Malice took some rough contact there as he was trying to corral that pass. They say it's clean, though.
The official said it was a deflection off Lakeland Panas, so Mamaroneck will get the ball back here. Conley, I'm surprised he didn't shoot that one, as he could have. He had a decent angle for a shot, but instead looked for Malice and went wide. 30 seconds to go now in the first quarter. Mamaroneck needs to cut this deficit in half to 4-2 by the end of this quarter. Definitely.
Greenberg looking for a lane. Shot is, actually I think he was trying to pass it. Loose ball picked up by Sengs with 9 seconds. Sengs trying to put on a move and find the lane. We've got 4 seconds. Shot is saved, and Zingaro is just going to fling it down the field. And that's the end of the quarter. The Lakeland Panas Rebels, might as well call them the Juggernauts. They're up 4-1 after the first quarter. We'll be right back with the second quarter on LMC Varsity Sports.
Back here on LMC Varsity Sports alongside Rob Moretti, I'm Charlie McGraw. Just about set for the second quarter. It'll be Dylan Pales-Friedman, who's a 5 for 5, not including an infraction, so 5 for 6 on faceoffs against, and that one nearly won by Lakeland Panas, still on the floor. Nicholas Vasquez took the faceoff, and a penalty will go against.
It's going to go against Lakeland.
Yep.
So big chance for the Mamaroneck Tigers here. That's like Matthew Martin going into the penalty area, and Tigers will play a man up. They need to convert on this, get themselves, they're not out of the game, but they definitely want to draw closer. The Rebels definitely came to play today.
First penalty of the game goes to Matthew Martin of Lakeland Panas, 11:44, as this is a combined team of Lakeland High School and Walter Panas, with the two combined enrollments big enough for them to be in Class A here. So they don't have enough for one team, but they're enough to be in Class A with enrollment. And a shot, another beautiful save by the goalie, Zingaro. He's been everything but advertises. With him, it wouldn't be, could be a 4-4 game.
Yeah, Zingaro brought his best stuff today, at least so far. It makes it that much harder for the Tigers to catch up.
And the penalty against Mamaroneck.
And the shot is
James Flaherty is missed. Saved by Brill, and we'll have a penalty. Looks like a legal contact, I think, by Mamaroneck.
Didn't quite see where it was, but could have been interference, could have been a slash.
It'll go against Pales Friedman for the Tigers, so now it'll be a 5-on-5 for about a little, I think there was a minute
penalty against Martin, so about
20 seconds here, and then they'll have a 40-second advantage with the Rebels. Although it can be a 30 or a minute, it all depends, Rob.
We can't really hear the call from up here, but we'll let you know when he comes back on. Looks like Martin's getting ready to run back on the field. Here it comes.
His minute penalty is over for Matthew Martin and the Rebels, and a pass, and the shot is high by Ryan Bonafati. It was passed by Maedo, and coming back, it looks like the penalty was over, as there was actually McCarthy who was out for the penalty, and he comes back in the game. Dan McCarthy for Mamaroneck. He was also the quarterback on the football team. McCarthy has the assignment here as he guards Sean Murphy. Murphy will pass. The shot will be high by Bonafati, and it'll be Lakeland ball as they were closest to it. Mamaroneck looking to get the ball back here without allowing the fifth goal for Lakeland. Lakeland Panas. No goals in the second period, 2 minutes gone by. First goal of the game came a minute and 30 in by Sean Murphy. And then Lakeland had 3 more, and then 2 more. They're up 3-0, and then Peter Conley answered. And timeout, Lakeland Panas.
So a heads-up timeout by Jim Lindsay, as
His team was about to turn it over, but he called the timeout right before. And we'll step aside and be right back. 4-1 here in the Class A semifinals at Mamaroneck High School. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports. 9:50 remaining in the second quarter. It is 4-1 Lakeland following the
timeout on a heads-up call by Coach
Jim Lindsay, as they were about to turn it over. We're the Rebels. But Lindsay called timeout just before the turnover, and we're able to get it, so they'll retain possession. And Brian Prunty will have it here. Will be guarded by Alex Lanny. And he'll drive and kick, and Bonafati's shot was high again. 4 high shots already in the quarter for Lakeland Panas.
We were saying during the break that whoever scores first in this quarter, no one's scored yet, but whoever scores first in this quarter, it's going to be huge for momentum, because it's either a 4-goal lead for Lakeland or the Tigers can try to creep back. So far, time of possession has been in favor of the Rebels in this quarter.
As it is played to Lakeland's Thomas Marietto, and it goes out to Prunty, Brian Prunty. He'll have it here for the Rebels. He'll be guarded by Alex Roth from Mamaroneck. Prunty, nice save by Brill. Huge save and a whistle after. Looks like it was against Mamaroneck, giving Lakeland possession again.
I think it was a push against Nick Charla, if I heard the call correctly.
No penalty though, no flag, just reset as on Charla, as Lakeland has it once again. And it'll be Kevin Prunty, who played it to Sean Murphy. As a goal and an assist all in the first quarter. 8:30 remaining here in the second quarter, and it is 4-1 Rebels over Mamaroneck. And it'll be passed and shot off the post again. 3 posts hit by Lakeland Panas, and if it wasn't for 3 posts, it'd be 7-1.
It's interesting because in the game against Mayapack, it was a shutout, but I think Mayapack hit 4 or 5 posts in the game on Saturday, so the post has been Mamaroneck's friend in the sectionals this year.
And the shot is blocked there as it stayed, and Nick Charla picked it up, and the change of possession is coming as it's back to Brill. But on those shots that hit the post, sometimes it could be credited to Thomas Brill as he cuts down the angle and allows that much space on the shot to make it harder. But Zach Aller will have it here as Mamaroneck looks to answer. Zach Aller passed it to Reed Malice, as it'll be to Dylan Pales-Friedman now. Mamaroneck slowing down their offense as they had numbers, but they pulled it up instead.
An important possession from Mamaroneck here. You need to draw yourself closer. A 2-goal lead in lacrosse is very attainable. It's easy, not that hard to come back from if you play your game and have possession. The Tigers haven't had the ball much in this quarter. They need to convert.
But a 4-goal deficit would be very hard. Greenberg shot just wide.
Closest to it was Conley.
So they will maintain possession.
That one was wide of the goalie Zingaro, but he was ready for it nonetheless.
And Conley will have it here, looking to beat Zingaro for the second time. Conley will escape a play, but is picked up by Lakeland and dropped by
the Rebels. John Brophy dropped it and picked up by Conley.
So Mamaroneck will get it back. Conley here with it. Conley looking to go to work. He will stutter step, fake, and switch sides of the stick, and it is stolen by Lakeland Panas. They'll have to pick it up, and the defenseman does. He'll pass it. The shot is scored. So a goal by Lakeland Panas, and that was Thomas Maeto, assisted by the defenseman, and it was
number 18, Andrew Sofer-Niu,
and he'll have the assist and the scored by Maeto, and it's 5-1 Mamaroneck.
5-1 Lakeland Panas.
So much for a 6-10 regular season, as the Rebels are showing they're one of the top teams in the section. Mamaroneck, who put the beat down on Mayapack in the quarterfinals, right now they're on the other end of it.
So 6 different goal scorers now for Lakeland Panas, as that one was won by Mamaroneck. As Lakeland leads 5-1 here, no goals in this quarter so far for Mamaroneck halfway through it. 5:50 remaining. Mamaroneck needs to get on the board in the quarter.
Greenberg has it. So the 5 different scores for Lakeland Panas have been Ryan Bonifati, Brian Prunty, Thomas Maeto, Sean Murphy, and Matthew Martin. As scoring in this quarter was Thomas Maeto. The last goal assisted by the defenseman, Andrew Safafrono. Mamaroneck's offense is playing a little slower than usual today, as that one was shot wide. Conley will get it back, but usually they're a little more fast pace. And because of the good Lakeland defense, they're playing a lot slower. And I think that's why they only have 1 goal so far.
Yeah, Lakeland's playing some great defense today, not just being physical, but really not drawing. Usually when you play this physical, you're going to draw a lot of flags. They've been playing a clean physical game so far, and that's really been the difference.
Definitely only 1 penalty for each team so far. It's clean overall, but a lot of steals just like that one, as it was knocked out by the defenseman, Joe Cicalone. Knocked it out of Scott Greenberg's stick, and Mamaroneck has to get back on defense. As wide open as James Flaherty, and they'll have the ball as he has an assist in the game. 4:30 remaining in the first half. As is passed to Bonifati for the Rebels. Bonifati has it here. And Mamaroneck desperately needs a stop on this possession.
Yeah, it's each goal that Lakeland scores, it gets that much harder. They've had a couple games this year where Tigers will tell you they didn't put out their best effort.
That one is scored again by Lakeland.
Thomas Maeto has 2 goals in the quarter. That one was assisted by Ryan Bonifati,
And it is now 6-1 Rebels.
Tigers are going to have to make a lot of adjustments at halftime. Still 3:47 left in the half, so they have to hope it doesn't get any worse before then. But definitely going to have to tweak some things, change some things up in the second half, because right now what they're doing is not working.
And Pales-Friedman wins another face-off, but he'll drop it, and it'll be picked up by Lakeland Panas.
and Nicholas
Vasquez. Vasquez will have it here. And pass to Ryan Prunty.
6-1 now.
Maeto, the only Rebel to score twice, is both in this quarter, as they were up 4-1 going into the second, and he scored both in the last 3 minutes of this second quarter here. And Lakeland wisely taking their time, getting time off the clock here, but Mamaroneck needs at least one more and to hold Lakeland here, as this one not just yet is slipping away, but starting to slip away from them.
Yeah, not looking good for the defending champs.
As we said earlier on the pregame, Lakeland is the Mamaroneck of last year, as Mamaroneck upset everybody in Class A to win, and they were below 500, just like Lakeland Panas is, entering, I think, almost similar records, 6-10 they both were. I think they had one playoff game each at home, and then that was it, and then they won that as it's stolen by Mamaroneck.
Nice play there by Ellis, but
The Tigers didn't even have a home playoff game last year.
That one is passed. So it's like Mamaroneck is playing themselves of last year on the field almost here, as Lakeland gets it right back. And it's pushed and flicked away, and on it, looking to save it, out of bounds off of Lakeland. Mamaroneck will have it. 2:07 remaining, a couple subs as the clock will stop here. Coming into the game will be Charlie Harris for some fresh legs out there for Mamaroneck, along with Jack Knowles. Harris has had a couple goals from Mamaroneck. He scored against Staples, and so he could light it up, and which would be good because Lakeland might not they're not used to seeing him on there, so they might not know what to expect. It seems like they got the full scouting report on Conley and Greenberg.
And Harris, just a sophomore, but looks like he is going to go forward and play midfield. Saw his playing time increase as the season went on.
And saw his goal total increase as well, as he scored, I think, 2 against Scarsdale and 1 against Staples. I think he had about 5 or 6 goals on the year, but for a second stringer, pretty good. Player off the bench from Mamaroneck, he'll play most of it here, as Greenberg has it. As the Lakeland Panas sidelines is yelling to make him go lefty. The shot is rocketed by Senj. Another great save by Singaro. And it's going to take a good shot to beat him, as they'll play it forward to Brophy. But even when Zingaro doesn't have a full look at it, as he makes the save nonetheless, like on that one, as a timeout is called by Coach Jim Lindsay. 1 minute, 1 second remaining in the second quarter. All Lakeland Panas, 6-1 here on LMC Varsity Sports. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports alongside Rob Moretti, I'm Charlie McGraw. It is 1:01 left in the first half. 6-1 is the score for Lakeland Panas over Mamaroneck. And Rob, what do they need to do to get back in this game?
They need to convert on their opportunities. They've been winning, I think, all or most of the face-offs, so they've been having possessions. It's been a matter of getting through that defense. Lakeland Panas has been shutting them down. They need to find an answer to that, and that answer, if it's going to come, it's probably going to come at halftime, as it looks like the Rebels are just going to stall until halftime, sit on the 6-1 lead.
Maybe put a late push with like 10-15, get a last shot off, but like in basketball, wait for the last shot here. So they don't want to give Mamaroneck any 6-2, any chance to make it 6-2 before the end of the half. As it'll be played in to Lakeland Panas' Sean Murphy. Murphy will pass. The shot will be wide. And as Lakeland has it here, 8 seconds, and it'll be Moretti. And it is shot and saved by Brill. Not sure if it would have counted. It looked like it came just at the end of the whistle by Bonafati. But 2 goals in the second quarter was the only scoring for either team, and it came from Thomas Moretti for Lakeland Panas. A couple of good saves by Michael Zingaro, and it is 6-1 now after one half. And Mamaroneck has 24 minutes to save their season, and they'll need to play the best they have all season here. And we'll have it next here on LMC Varsity Sports. On LMC Varsity Sports, start of the second half and the third quarter. Alongside Rob Moretti, I'm Charlie McGraw. 6-1 lead for Lakeland Panas. And getting back to work will be Dylan Pales-Friedman against James Larity. And this one is more still on the ground. And it pops around and
Picked up by Andrew Safranu.
who scored, and he'll pass it off, and it'll be shot and saved by Brill. Thomas Brill with an early save. Pass to Conley. And
Look for an aggressive attack from Mamaroneck here.
Conley with the bouncer, trying to beat Zingaro that way. And it'll be Lakeland was closest to the ball there, and it will be Rebels' ball. Mamaroneck thought they were closest, but it went to Lakeland Panas. Zingaro with a perfect pass to Safranu.
I think on that last one, Conley was closer to the end line, but the Lakeland player was actually closer to the ball.
So that's why they got it, and a good call. Officials have been pretty good so far. Definitely helps that it's a 3-man crew, as during the regular season it's a 2-man crew. But for playoffs, for baseball, softball, and all boys and girls lacrosse, they add an extra official, so there's 3 officials and 3 umpires.
Usually that's starting in the semifinal round. There were 2 for the quarterfinals we saw on Saturday.
But it helps when you have 3, definitely. And wide open shot was missed that time by Kevin Prunty. So both teams missed wide open shots. Conley in the first quarter, and there Kevin Prunty with it. And it is still fumbled.
The hot potatoes picked up
By Peter Conley, he'll bring it forward, and he'll pass, shot, and how was that saved?
What a save there by
By Zingaro, stuffing Ben Martin. Great save by
Michael Zingaro, and
That was Sports Center-esque, because he used his entire body to stop that, and Martin had him off to the side and wasn't able to put it there, as Zingaro dove with his entire body and had a great save.
Zingaro is hot today. He's made a few really nice saves. That one, so far, obviously the best of the bunch.
And a big one is that one keeps it at a very comfortable 5-goal lead, and that one will go to Mamaroneck turnover on the pass there from Brian Prunty to Thomas Moretti. But Rob, what is Mamaroneck going to have to do to beat Zingaro here?
They're going to need to find ways to get to the defense, draw him away from the net, and maybe make a quick pass and hope for an empty net, or hope that he's a little distracted. Obviously, that shot by Martin going right at him isn't working today.
But also there, they drew him a little bit, as we have a flag on Lakeland, maybe too many men on the field. And it looks like they had too many. And the shot by Conley, saved once again by Zingaro. offsides there against Lakeland.
Brian Prunty going to the box, and that's big for Mamaroneck. You've got probably the best player on Lakeland in the box on a one-man advantage. If they don't score here, I don't really see how they're going to be able to get themselves back in it.
Best field player, as I think the best player clearly is Zingaro, though, in net.
Agreed.
As he's reason why it's still 6-1. They're playing any other team. Mamaroneck could be winning this game.
Or at least be a lot closer.
And that one will be flicked around, almost going to the half. And
Reed Malice will pick it up.
And Malice will drive. And it'll be shot wide. It'll go to Mamaroneck, though.
Brian Prunty will be out of the box soon for the penalty.
3 minutes gone by in this quarter. No one's scored yet. That's not what Mamaroneck wanted. They want to put a couple of goals up early and change the momentum, and it just hasn't happened yet.
And it is driven by
Greenberg behind the goal, though, and he'll pull up here and wait. Prunty about to come in, and he does, and it is back to even strength. Now Mamaroneck can't capitalize on the man advantage. Here comes Scott Greenberg. Greenberg will pass, and Malice can't handle the pass, and a penalty will be coming. And it'll against Scott Greenberg for unsportsmanlike conduct, Rob, as it was against, as that was the call the official screened, which we were able to hear. Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Greenberg, not good for Mamaroneck, as the ball will change. Will go over there. They don't even have to play it over, as with the penalty it'll go in Mamaroneck territory for the Rebels, and for 1 minute they'll have it unless they score before that.
Tigers just not able to pick up any momentum today.
And that one will be saved by Mamaroneck's Brill on the shot by
Prunty, Kevin Prunty.
He got a piece of it and pushed it wide. It'll be put into play by Matthew Martin to Ryan Bonafanti, back to Bonafanti, back to pass to Brian Prunty. Prunty has it up top now. He'll pass to Murphy. Sean Murphy passes to Thomas Maeto. Maeto has 2 goals, both came in the second quarter. And Brian Prunty, who had a goal, passes. He has it now. He has it back. Prunty will pass on the doorstep. What a save by Brill. Shot again and bouncer high. Lakeland will get it back.
As closest to it was
Kevin Prunty. And still in the box is Greenberg. He should be out very soon. Great save by Brill. Brill playing spectacular in this this half. With Brill's save there and a couple so far, the game isn't over yet, as if he doesn't save some of the ones he's saved, it could be 9-1. And as it was brought up by Aller.
The goalie play by both sides making such a difference in this game. One way or the other, it could be 6-6, it could be 9-1.
But the saves that were made in the first half by Zingaro were much, he outplayed Brill in the first half, as they faced almost the same amount of shots, but Zingaro made more saves. And Charlie Harris's shot just wide. That one looked like that was going close, but it took off at the end. Zingaro was ready for it nonetheless, and it'll be Mamaroneck ball as they were closest to it. Peter Conley has it here. And Conley's shot fired right into the net,
the netting of the
stick of Zingaro, and they'll play it across quickly as Lakeland Panas looking for a quick goal here. It'll be passed and stolen by Nick Charla. Charla, the defenseman, hustling here. He'll pass back to Brill. Brill will look at his options. Brill will play it forward, cross midfield to Senge. Senge will have it here. And 5 minutes and 50 seconds gone by in the second half, and no goals have been scored yet here in the third quarter, Rob. And well, we've seen a pretty clean quarter and good shots, but just the goalies are the reason no goals have been scored.
They've really stepped up here in the third quarter. Bad news from Mamaroneck because they need some goals.
Good job, Greg!
As Mamaroneck will get it back now. Only good news from Mamaroneck has been the play in the second half of Thomas Brill. 5 saves in the second half, 8 for the game. Zingaro has about 12 though for Lakeland Panas. And it'll be passed. Conley passes it to Senge. Senge will have it here. They're close to the goal. And a penalty will be coming against Lakeland. The shot will be saved by Senge. And on the turf, looking hurt, is a Mamaroneck player. And the trainer will come up. We will step aside and be right back here on LMC Varsity Sports. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports alongside Rob Moretti. I'm Charla McGraw. Mamaroneck has a 6-on-4. If they don't score here, they're not going to score at any time again in this game. His biggest opportunity to score following the 2 penalties on Lakeland Panas. One was against Jack Powers. There's a turnover there, big turnover. Other penalty was, Lakeland had another one against Michael McLaughlin. But anyway, the bad play by Mamaroneck is they had the 6-on-4 in their first pass. They turned it over. Nothing going their way so far.
And we've seen a few games for them like this season. Their first game against Bronxville being the, at least results-wise, probably the biggest example of it. They lost, I believe, 22 to, what was it, 19?
19-2.
Not a good game. They also had a game like this against Staples, but that's a really good team.
That game was 10-4, and Lakeland Panas turns it right back to Mamaroneck, so they'll get it back. But yeah, Mamaroneck lost that game. I think it was 10-5, the final, to Staples.
Yeah, so, and both of those games, they'll tell you, they didn't have a lot going on offense. They weren't playing a clean game. They weren't making their passes. Really, that hasn't been the case today. For the most part, they haven't been turning the ball over too much. They just aren't getting space to shoot. And really, you've got to give Lakeland Panas a lot of credit so far today.
Still a 6-on-4 here. I think it was a minute, as it was for 2 illegal hit, contact plays, illegal hits against Lakeland Panas as the ball is played in to Senge. So yeah, that's why the penalties were called against them. 2. That's when it's turned, and a goal is scored by Scott Greenberg off the assist by Justin Senge. So Mamaroneck cuts it to a 4-goal deficit as Scott Greenberg with the goal. And Justin Senge gets the assist. Conley's goal in the first quarter was unassisted. And now Greenberg adds one to the seniors by playing Division I lacrosse from Mamaroneck at it. And Mamaroneck has a 1-0 lead in the second half now.
Just what the doctor ordered, and really, they can't just rest on that. That has to fuel them to a larger run. They need to close this gap. They're still down 4 goals in a section semifinal, and that's not easy.
Nice win of the face-off by Dylan Pales-Friedman as it gets the crowd back into it as they're making some noise once again. But also, they got to do it on equal strength as they scored those with a 2-man advantage, and that's a big difference scoring 6-on-6 compared to 6-on-4, which they did on Greenberg's goal.
It is an opportunity for them to gain some momentum, and they have to take advantage of it.
Definitely is, as Senge has it again. Senge's shot is stopped before it got there, then shot wide by Pales-Friedman, still loose, and picked up by the goalie Zingaro for the Rebels. He'll pass to Jack Powers. Jack Powers will play it forward to a fellow defenseman. And a timeout will be called by Lakeland Panas. So we will step aside and be right back. 6-2, 3:50 remaining in the third quarter here on LMC Varsity Sports. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports following the timeout by Coach Jim Lindsay. First timeout taken by either team here in the second half. 3:40 remaining in the third quarter. And Lakeland Panas has the ball here, Ryan Bonafati. 6-2 is the score following the second half. The only goal in the second half by Scott Greenberg, who earlier in the half committed a penalty, but Mamaroneck was able to stop the man advantage and not allow a goal on that man advantage for the Rebels, as having it here will be Brian Prunty. Prunty's shot will be blocked by Brill once again, picked up by Thomas Maeto behind the goal. Maeto will play it to Prunty. Brian Prunty will have it back. Prunty will go to work here. It'll be poke checked away by Charla. Charla will kick it forward, and it'll be fought for at midfield, and it'll be picked up by Lakeland Panas's Mark Scarello, and it'll be played forward to Prunty. So all that work by Mamaroneck was for nothing, as they couldn't get the ball back, as it looked like they almost did, but weren't able to.
It was a good defensive play, but not able to complete the turnover, so now right back where they started.
The only thing that does there, though, is you stop the chances for a goal to be scored during that time, as who knows if they didn't do that, if there would have been like shots on goal or scoring chances for Lakeland Panas. The thing is, with this lead, Lakeland Panas can sit for a while and stall time here, as it is passed and deflected and picked up by, still there, but picked up by Brill. Thomas Brill plays it to Dan McCarthy. McCarthy has it now. Mamaroneck has numbers, 4-on-3. Greenberg shot is scored! Scott Greenberg, second of the third quarter, and we got a ball game again, 6-3 now. Nice pass from Dan McCarthy, and Scott Greenberg with the goal, and Mamaroneck is back to within 3, Rob.
Exactly what they needed here in the third quarter, outscoring Lakeland Panas 2-0. And as you said, it's a game now, Charlie. They're still down 3, but they've got 13.5 minutes left. You can score 3 goals in that amount of time. Definitely the momentum shifting here, but they can't rest on it yet. They're still down.
Especially since they've been winning so many faceoffs, as they've won 90% of the faceoffs with Dylan Pales-Friedman. And he goes back to work, and he makes it look easy there as he wins it again. And Pales-Friedman will play it forward to Conley. As Pales-Friedman plays it to Peter Conley. Conley looking for his second goal of the game. Scott Greenberg has 2 from Mamaroneck, both in this quarter. And Conley now facing a double team of Rebels. He passes it to Greenberg. So he's got the hot hand for the Tigers. He'll pass it back to teammate Conley. Conley coming in easy. He is hacked at, no call. Gets it back, adjusts his helmet, fakes a shot, passes to Send shot, just wide, pushed away by the goalie, Zingaro, but they'll get it back here. Malice to Ben Martin, who shot way wide, but it'll be stay with Mamaroneck. 39 seconds remaining in the third quarter, 6-3. Mamaroneck has dominated the last 2 minutes of this one.
And if they can put one in the last 39 seconds, then we're going to have a great fourth quarter. I think we'll have a great one either way, as they've already drawn 2 goals closer.
As it's the Class A semi-finals here at Mamaroneck. Mamaroneck, defending sectional champion, but they had no home games in that, as Lakeland Panas only had 1, but it was a low seed just like Lakeland Panas. Similar stories from 2012 Mamaroneck team to 2013 Lakeland Panas team. And that one is passed to Scott Greenberg from Conley. Here comes Greenberg. Greenberg fakes a pass, and 9 seconds. 7 seconds now. It's Conley's shot, just wide, and a whistle. 3 seconds, so they'll have a quick. They'll need a quick play here.
It'll be a quick pass and shoot.
Pass and shot, and intercepted by the goalie, and he'll throw it away for the end of the third quarter. So after 3 quarters of play, it's 6-3 Lakeland Panas over Mamaroneck. Stick around. You're not going to want to miss the fourth quarter here on LMC Varsity Sports.
12 minutes left in regulation alongside Charlie McGraw. I am Rob Moretti. It's a 6-3 lead for the Lakeland Panas Rebels. Time running out for the defending champs, the Tigers. They'll need to have a hot fourth quarter and another face-off win for Pales Friedman, and that's going to be one of the keys to it.
Definitely, but they're going to have to do something off of those face-off wins, directly off the face-off when they haven't scored in this game yet. So
yeah, they were winning face-offs the whole first half.
Yep.
Didn't have much to show for it.
Had one goal in the first half. I think it was on like a set play. I think it was on even a man advantage. But
out in front, shot, Seng scores!
Nice pass on the setup by Ben Martin
and a quick 26-second into the
fourth quarter goal by Mamaroneck. That one was off the face-off win, because they got the face-off win and had the ball there. Ben Martin was able to find Justin Senge. Senge has a goal and an assist. And all seniors have the goals for Mamaroneck because they don't want this to be their last game, as it's 6-4 now. And would look like to be a possible blowout in the second quarter. Has turned into a very good game on a beautiful afternoon here in Mamaroneck for May 21st. Great day.
Yeah, with 11 and a half minutes left and a 2-goal lead. Lakeland can't just sit on the ball now because there's enough time for Ramirez to come back. Pales Friedman had come away with it, but an infraction is called, so Lakeland comes away with the face-off, and those have been their only wins, have been on infraction calls.
2 wins and both on infraction calls. A little
James
late
Flaherty
on the call there. Called like a travel.
Prunty has it. Prunty not in any rush. Just hanging with it at the 45-yard line. A couple substitutions were made. They got the right personnel, and now Prunty brings it up. It's to Sean Murphy. And on the outside, that's Ryan Bonafati. He passes behind the net for Mayeto. Guarded closely by Max Ellis. And he goes down, there's a whistle. And the Tigers get the ball. They say he was in the crease.
As Thomas Mayeto went in the crease there, so a violation against Lakeland Panas, and Thomas Brill will pass it up, so Dan McCarthy will have it from Mamaroneck.
Tigers would love to score here and make it a 1-goal game. They have all the momentum here in the second half. They're the only team to score in the second half. They've scored 3.
Boy, if they score here, these bleachers is going to erupt on the Mamaroneck side, as they've gotten louder with every goal. The one that made it 6-2, then the 6-3, and then where we stand now, 6-4. But the crowd, good crowd here, biggest crowd of the lacrosse season.
Yeah, big crowd for both sides. A lot of Lakeland fans here as well. Conley, hesitation. Spins around, shoots and scores!
What a move by Pete Conley, and then the hockey celebration, something he did with a fist pump during hockey season, and then almost a discount double check after that, make it 6-5, and crowd is here, and Lakeland can't believe it, and all the momentum is on the Mamaroneck side as this is their game to win. Now down 6-5, and counting at home, the Mamaroneck's up 4-0 in the second half. So all the momentum on their side here as the official is explaining to Dylan Pales Friedman the reason for his last infraction on the faceoff.
He has been money on the faceoffs. 9:38 left in regulation, and Pales Friedman comes away with another. Man, is he good at that.
That one was legal, and after losing the faceoff, going after him with the stick was James Flaherty, but he couldn't get it, and Mamaroneck has the chance to tie it now.
Malice racing in. Out in front, Pales Friedman. Denied! What a save by Zingaro. I don't even know if he saw the ball.
He came out to cut down the angle. I think he just got a piece of it, either with his stick or his body. Nonetheless, Pales Friedman isn't the guy normally who would be there on the doorstep, but he was and couldn't convert it.
That one goes out of bounds. Mamaroneck didn't touch the ball. So it's their ball as Malice picks it up. 9:01 to play and a chance to tie. Fans are getting into it now. Deflected out in front, taken away. Good play by Zingaro on the Panas defense. They'll try to work it back down the field. Ball goes away. Harris is knocked away as he was trying to play. It looked like a hit from behind, and it will be a Mamaroneck ball. And Charlie Harris definitely did get hit from behind on that play as he was trying to play that ground ball.
Definitely did. Good call. As Mamaroneck gets the ball back now, and McCarthy makes a nice move there. And he'll get it, cross it past midfield now for the Tigers. Find the man for Mamaroneck and Peter Conley, and they'll have it here, as that's who you want with the ball and the stick in this situation, Rob.
Conley, the main goal scorer throughout the season for the Tigers. Takes it through the near side.
Here we go, Andrew!
Guarded by Sofranio. Conley might have some space, has the ball poked away. It's picked up by Malice.
That was Charlie Harris with the pickup.
You're right, it was, as Greenberg has it now.
Malice is behind the net for Mamaroneck as
we hear a defense chant from the Lakeland
Panas crowd, but
Senj has it.
up top, Mamaroneck actually doesn't have to rush as much as they have 7:32 to score the tying goal here. They want to get a good shot, as if you rush, you might not get the best shot you could get.
Conley to Harris. Sophomore back to Conley.
How about Charlie Harris getting a big playing time in this spot? Usually he plays about 5-10 minutes a game, but he's in at the biggest spot of the game.
Conley with some tight defense. Ball comes around. Greenberg spins a few times, can't make room, gets it to Malice. We're under 7 minutes to play. Tigers looking to equalize. Malice races in, shot is stopped up in the defense. Black jerseys all over, but it's picked up by the Tigers, and that one's saved by Zingaro.
Peter Conley took the shot. Zingaro, great save there once again, and Lakeland Panas gets it back, and it is picked up by James Flaherty for the Rebels.
Flaherty had some trouble picking it up, but he stayed with it.
Lakeland Panas still looking for their first goal of the second half.
Flaherty can't find the angle to shoot. He'll pass back up to Brian Prunty. 6 minutes to play. Halfway through the fourth quarter, it's still a 1-goal lead for the Rebels, and they're looking for a little insurance. But they're also looking to waste out some time. And kind of trust your defense, because chances are Mamaroneck will at least get one more possession here. We have a lot of time left.
They should at least get one, probably two.
Murphy. Sorry, that was Maeto. Now it's Prunty. Back up at the point. They're wasting a lot of time. They've wasted over 40 seconds on this possession. Prunty races in, can't get a shot off. Ball comes loose, good play by Max Ellis. Tigers ball.
An infraction against Lakeland Panas, looked like a hold, and Mamaroneck will get it back as Nick Charla plays it up to Max Ellis.
Now Pales Friedman. Under 5 minutes to play, Tigers still need a goal to tie it up. Now Sange with it. Sange races up, takes a knee, gets back up. Sange with some tight defense, shoots wide, and Conley backing up. Tigers will keep it. 4.5 to play. Conley finds Ben Martin, shoots and scores! We are all tied up. Season saved for now.
And Pete Conley doing it with the pass. Finds Ben Martin. Ben Martin, what a time for your first goal of the game. Makes it 6-6. And all of the momentum is in Mamaroneck's favor as this is their game now, especially with Pales Friedman on the faceoffs. And brand new game. And what a great game now here in the semifinals.
Well, we'll have to ask Coach Barnard later what he said to the team at halftime, because win or lose, what an effort they've been putting out in the second half, and especially in this fourth quarter.
They're pitching the second half shutout, 5-0.
Another face-off win for Pales Friedman.
Once again, huge play on the face-off by Dylan Pales Friedman. But what an assist by Peter Conley, as he usually takes the shot, but he passed it to Ben Martin, and that was smart because they expected Conley to shoot it, not Martin. Martin had a wide open chance, and he beat Zingaro, who was in the net and couldn't make the save for Lakeland Panas.
Malice, Tigers looking to take a lead. They haven't had a lead in this game. Malice drops it, picks it back up. Found Conley in the corner, but another ball on the ground. He has to pick it back up. 3.5 to play.
Martin was the first underclassman to score for Mamaroneck in this game, as everyone else was seniors, with Greenberg and Conley had 2 and Sench had 1.
Timeout on the field called by Coach Barnard. 3:20 to play, all tied up in the Section 1 Class A semifinal. You do not want to miss the rest of this game. Stay tuned to LMC Varsity Sports. Tigers have the ball, looking to take their first lead of the game. Greenberg shoots, save made by Zingaro.
Greenberg went with the bounce shot, but it couldn't get by Michael Zingaro as he made the save easily, and Lakeland Panas will have it. 2:55 remaining in the in regulation. And
Brian Prunty with it.
just 2 quarters ago, overtime was like a dream away, and now it's a reality. We're tied. It was 6-1 at halftime.
Prunty shoots, stopped up in the defense. Goes out of bounds. I think this will be a Lakeland ball. No.
It hit the head of Alex Lanning as he turned, and the ball hit him in the head. So it never made it to Thomas Brill. So that's one way to use your head, Rob.
And I think the ball went out of bounds off that deflection, though. Not sure why it's a Mamaroneck ball, unless you count that as a shot, but it never made it on goal.
It was a shot, though, so unintentional. It might have hit someone after it hit his head as well. And a timeout will be called by assistant coach Aaron Tabak, looks like he got it. And we'll step aside and be right back here on LMC Varsity Sports.
Rob Moretti alongside Charlie McGraw. 2:26 to play. We're all knotted up at 6 in the Section 1 Class A semifinal here at Mamaroneck High School. Conley in some traffic keeps the ball, and he's able to run it up past midfield.
What a play by Peter Conley.
Hales Friedman back to Conley as we're down near 2 minutes to play.
Mamaroneck essentially could hold for almost the last shot here.
Two minutes is a long time to hold it, but you might be right.
We saw Lakeland do it, I think, once or twice in the third. Close to it. But yeah, if they have an open shot and they think they can convert it, they should. But if they don't, Lakeland Panas is probably going to do the same thing. So you got to pick your poison.
Greenberg to Malice behind the net. Minute 30 to play. Malice out to McCarthy. Now Pales Friedman over to Greenberg. Greenberg, 20 yards from the net. Sange out to Malice, thought about shooting. Now he does shoot. It's stopped up in the defense. Loose ball picked up by Mamaroneck and Malice. Malice racing in, and he's going to just roll one out to Greenberg with under a minute to go. Tigers are saying we're either going to win in regulation or go to overtime. Greenberg. Tense moments here in the last 30 seconds. Greenberg turns around, gets it to McCarthy. McCarthy, bounce shot, goes out of bounds. Conley backing up with 22 seconds.
Now, who Mamaroneck wants with the ball here will have it as Peter Conley, but we'll have a timeout first as Coach Jim Lindsay doesn't want to let his last one go to waste, so he'll use it. And 22 seconds left, 6-all here on LMC Varsity Sports. You better come back for the last one, as it's going to be a good one.
22 seconds to play. The Section 1 Class A semifinal knotted up at 6. The defending champ Mamaroneck Tigers looking to take their first lead of the game. Here we go. It's Conley with it. Some basketball moves on Sanofrio. Conley tripped up, no call. Ball's on the ground, Conley has it. Now he has it. The 3 seconds is, he throws it behind him, 1 second, and we are headed for overtime. So we'll have an overtime period, tied up at 6. What a job by Mamaroneck to close that gap in the second half. Stick around, we've got some extra playing to do. Next goal will determine who goes to the championships. Stick around, we'll be right back. Let's play some overtime. I'm Rob Moretti alongside Charlie McGraw. 4 minutes on the clock for the first overtime period. We have a final in the other Section 1 Class A semifinal by a 12-6 final. It's North Rockland over White Plains, so the winner of this game will have a date with the number 1 seed. Lakeland Panas, no stranger to overtime. They beat Arlington in overtime by a 7-6 final just 3 days ago, and the final of this game is going to be 7-6 as well. Face-off is on the ground, still being fought over. I think the Rebels have it, and they do.
First team to score wins, Rob, and it's 4-minute overtimes.
Shot by Sanofrio is wide. That would have been a quick score.
And by a defenseman, too. That would have been very quick and surprising. So that would have been 14 seconds in.
Rebels with the upper hand. They missed the centering pass. They were looking for Bonafati. Now it's Flaherty with it. Over to Brian Prunty. Prunty scored the winner against Arlington in overtime. Rebels looking for history to repeat itself. Tigers hoping they get a chance to defend their section title. Prunty races to the net, doesn't have a shot. Now he shoots wide and backed up. It's going to stay in play. Brill's out of the net. Out in front, Brill gets back on. Shot goes wide again and out of bounds this time.
What hustle by Thomas Brill just to get back in net as he was going to cut off the angle and behind the goal, and then he got back there and the shot was wide.
Under 3 minutes now in the first overtime. Prunty passes it off. Murphy to Bonafati. 2:30 to play. Bonafati with tight pressure from McCarthy. Races in, shoots wide. The Rebels will get it back.
Mamaroneck still hasn't had a possession here. And besides the infractions, it was a bad time to lose the first faceoff for Dylan Pales-Friedman, as that's why Lakeland Panas has had it for the entire part of this first overtime.
Prunty wheeling around, can't get a lane to shoot. Tight pressure from Alex Roth.
Good job by Roth as Prunty scored.
Prunty shoots. It is blocked up in the defense. Nick Charla has it for the Tigers, or at least he did. Now it's loose and he gets it back. Gets pushed, and it will be a Tigers ball.
Timeout call by Coach Aaron Tabak. Great timeout by the assistant coach Tabak, and we'll step aside and be right back. Final 1:53. Mamaroneck will have possession of overtime for the first time in overtime.
1:53 to play coming out of the timeout. Conley has it. He looks like he's ready to pass it, and he does pass it to Thomas Brill. Now Nick Charla trying to bring it past midfield. He does. Charla is going to take it himself for now. Now he passes to Pete Conley. Conley shoots. He scores! The Tigers win it in overtime.
What a pass by Nick Charla, bringing it up to the defenseman. Passes to Conley and get out the hats. That's a hat trick, 7-6 win and a thriller. Mamaroneck making time of their lack of possession. Only had it in overtime for 30 seconds, yet they scored. And the first shot by Peter Conley. And we know who we're interviewing after the game is it'll be Peter Conley. As what a goal by Conley, what a win by Mamaroneck, and what a game.
Conley completes the hat trick with that one. The Tigers, they trailed 6-1 at halftime. They pitched the shutout in the second half, and they win by the 7-6 final with 1:36 to play. A perfect time for Charla, who got the assist, to pass that one to Conley. He had one man to beat. One move was all he needed. Clear shot to the net. And the Tigers will move on to face North Rockland in the Section 1 Class A Finals.
And nothing for Lakeland to be disappointed in. They're all juniors. So since they're all juniors, they should be happy with how they played, and they'll have everyone coming back next year except for the one senior, Ryan Bonifati. So they have a bright future, definitely next year. And a great game for Mamaroneck is they'll have to play the #1 seed North Rockland on Thursday. But a great game by both teams, and a great comeback by Mamaroneck. And when we get back, we will have post-game wrap-up and interviews here on LMC Varsity Sports.
Back on the post-game with the Tigers' Nick Charla. First off, Nick, you guys pitched a shutout in the second half and then into overtime. What was the adjustment you guys made after giving up 6 in the first?
In the first half, we were locking off #7, and we really played to their game. And then me, Alex Roth, Alex Laney, Max Ellis had a meeting with Coach Tabak at the end. We're just like, we're not going to play to them. We're going to play to our game. So we forgot about #7 and just played our normal defense, and it just proved that our defense can stop anyone.
At the very end, you feed Peter Conley, who scores that goal. How good of a chance did you see for him to score there?
I just stared at him and just was praying. That's all. He saw it. I know Peter's a great player, and I was just hoping. And I saw he had the open shot, and he just took the shot, and that was it.
You guys have North Rockland coming up next. They beat White Plains. They're the 1 seed. You guys are the 3. What do you see from North Rockland, and do you think you guys could take them down?
Hell yeah. We can take them down. No one else is going to stop Mamaroneck. No one can stop Mamaroneck at this point.
Back here on the post-game show with the winning goal scorer, Peter Conley. And Peter, take me through that winning goal.
Well, I mean, it all started with Thomas, putting the ball outside to Nick Charla, who's one of our best carrying defensemen. He's got one of the best sticks on our team. And, we had all the confidence in him to bring the ball up the field. And, he threw a really nice fake there. And then I was getting guarded by their attackmen, so I knew when I came over half field they weren't going to have me picked up. So I just kind of beelined it for the net, and he put it right on my stick. And I had all the time in the world, just no slide, just shot it.
And what were you guys thinking down 6-1 at halftime? That was a great comeback against a very good team, a team similar to you guys last year. They were all juniors and they were under 500. Tell me about that.
No, I mean, we knew that they were going to kind of be the team that we were last year. Nothing to lose, all juniors come back next year. And, I was watching the UNC Denver game the other day, and UNC was up 6-0 like in the first quarter or something. So I know I said that to my team, and that we really believe that we had the ability to come back. We got some good shots early in the game, and we just really weren't finishing, and their goalie Mike Zingaro played really well. So we know if we kept waiting to get the best shot, not necessarily the first shot, that they were going to start falling for us. We started to shoot the ball overhand a little more, and that worked out for us better.
And lastly, tell me about North Rockland. You're going to play them in the finals Thursday. Tell me about them.
Well, I mean, so I think we played them twice when I was a sophomore. We didn't play them last year or this year, but we scrimmaged them last year. They're a very, very physical team. They're always that school's crawling with good athletes. So, it'll be a good physical game, much like this game. Those kids were pretty physical, and coach is gonna do his due diligence scouting them and stuff. Talking to other coaches and stuff. He always does a good job of the scouting report for us. So he kind of just prepares us for every game and finds their key players and stuff. What defenses to put in, what offense to use against them. So I have all the faith in the world in our coach.
Back on the post game with Tigers coach Jeff Barnard. Coach, you're down 6-1 in the first half. What was that halftime speech like? That clearly everything changed in the second half.
Well, it was really just we started to come around a little bit in the second quarter there, and it was just getting our kids to calm down a little bit. There was no miraculous speech, despite what people might think. It wasn't that. It's really the kids, and it all came from them. And they, I really just told them they were getting looks. They just needed to be a little bit more patient. What we were doing is pushing a little too hard, and causing some transition. They were capitalizing on transitions. We weren't, and I just said, settle in, let's play our game, and put the pedal to the metal when needed, and that was it. So the kids just executed more. It was all them. It really wasn't anything that I did. So straight up from the kids.
One of those kids, Peter Conley, finishes the hat trick with the game winner in overtime. I think we might have run out of things to say about Conley, but what can you say about Conley?
He's a great player, a tremendous athlete, and a competitor, and he was just exhausted, tightening up and everything else like that, and just and finished it. It was a tremendous goal and tremendous team effort, really. I mean, Nick Charla really gave him an opportunity right there at the end too. He's a defenseman that carried the ball up and really faked out his guy and got Peter's hands free, and with Peter's hands free, he's a dangerous kid, obviously.
You've got North Rockland next in the final. Do you have a scouting report on them, and what are you looking for?
I'm working on it. That's why I got to go. So, but they're always really big, athletic. They work really hard. We haven't played them this year. The leagues are different, but we'll do the best we can, and I'll get what I can on them. And we don't have a long time to prepare, but we'll do the best we can.
Back to wrap things up after a 7-6 overtime thriller victory for the Mamaroneck Tigers in the Section 1 Class A semifinal. Charlie, I think we asked everyone about this. They're down 6-1. Things not looking good at halftime. The Tigers, they just turn it around and blaze through the second half.
Yeah, great job. Scott Greenberg had 2 goals, first 2 of the second half. Peter Conley had 2 in the second half, and he had the only one in the first half, so he had a hat trick. Scored that winning goal, who I just talked to. But he had a great game, and everyone contributed that was on the field. Charlie Harris played well when he was in, and the defense played very well. Nick Charla's pass was unreal to get the assist, and it was just a great game. Thomas Brill played great. He played as well as Gustavo did in the whole first half. Brill's second half was great, and he played well, and they need to do that in order to upset North Rockland. Now they'll be the underdogs as they'll take on number 1 North Rockland on Thursday, and it should be a great game, Rob.
Should be. That'll do it for us here on LMC Varsity Sports. The Executive Director of LMC-TV is Erik Lewis. The Associate Director, Matt Sullivan. Community Sports Producer is me, Rob Moretti. Camera people today, Kelvin Guevara, Stefan Martinez, and Gustavo Ramirez. One more time alongside Charlie McGraw. I am Rob Moretti saying thanks for watching, and tune in next week. We'll have baseball and softball sectionals on LMC Varsity Sports.